What if the stories of the Bible weren't just stories? What if the ground walked by prophets, kings, and the Son of God himself could still be walked today? For centuries, the Bible has been a source of faith, guidance, and hope for billions. But its accounts of miracles, battles, and prophecies are not confined to the pages of a book. They are etched into the very fabric of our world, in real, tangible locations. Today, on Glory Generation Kids, we journey to 13 biblical landmarks that still exist. Using archaeology, history, and scripture, we will uncover the stunning evidence that confirms the world of the Bible is a world you can still see, touch, and experience. Prepare to witness history and faith collide. 1. Caesarea Maritima. Our journey begins on the coast of the Mediterranean at a marvel of Roman engineering, Caesarea Maritima. Built by Herod the Great, this port city was a hub of Roman power in Judea. But its biblical significance is immense. It was here, in Acts chapter 10, that the Apostle Peter had a vision that opened the Christian faith to the non-Jewish world, baptizing the Roman centurion Cornelius. Later, the Apostle Paul was imprisoned here for 2 years, defending his faith before governors Felix and Festus and King Agrippa. It was from Caesarea that he began his treacherous journey to Rome. Archaeologically, Caesarea delivered a bombshell discovery in 1961, a limestone block inscribed with the name Pontius Pilate, prefect of Judea. It was the first physical evidence proving the existence of the man who ordered Jesus' crucifixion. Here, stone confirms scripture. 2. Hezekiah's tunnel. Deep beneath the city of Jerusalem lies a miracle of ancient engineering, born from an act of faith. This is Hezekiah's tunnel. In the 8th century BC, as the menacing Assyrian army prepared to lay siege to Jerusalem, King Hezekiah faced a crisis. The city's water source, the Gihon Spring, was outside the walls. As recorded in 2 Kings, chapter 20, Hezekiah ordered a tunnel to be dug through solid rock to divert the spring's water inside the city. 2 teams dug from opposite ends, miraculously meeting in the middle. Today, you can walk this 1,750-foot channel, feeling the same cool water that saved Jerusalem from thirst and despair. It's a testament to how faith can inspire incredible feats of survival. 3. Megiddo. The name of this next site echoes through history and into prophecy. This is Megiddo, an ancient fortified city that guarded a strategic pass. It witnessed more battles than perhaps any other place on earth. Solomon fortified it, and King Josiah fell here. Archaeologists have uncovered over 20 layers of civilization, a testament to its constant importance. But Megiddo is most famous for a battle that hasn't happened yet. The New Testament's book of Revelation identifies its location, Har Megiddo, in Hebrew, as the staging ground for the final conflict, Armageddon. To stand here is to stand at the intersection of the world's past and its prophesied future. For Capernaum, if Jerusalem was the city of Jesus' death, then Capernaum was the town of his ministry. After leaving Nazareth, Jesus made this humble fishing village his home base. Within these ruins, Jesus taught, healed, and performed countless miracles. Archaeologists have uncovered 2 incredible sites here. First, the ruins of a synagogue from the 4th century, built atop the foundations of an earlier one, very likely the one where Jesus himself taught. Steps away, a modern church hovers over the excavated remains of a 1st century house, identified by ancient Christian pilgrims as the home of the Apostle Peter. Here, Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law. To visit Capernaum is to walk through the headquarters of hope itself. 5. The Sea of Galilee. It is a freshwater lake, but its spiritual impact is as vast as any ocean. The Sea of Galilee is the backdrop for a majority of Jesus' public ministry. On these shores, he called his first disciples, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. On these waters, he walked. In a boat like this, he calmed a raging storm with a single command. And near its banks, he fed a multitude of 5,000 with just 5 loaves and 2 fish. The landscape has changed little in 2,000 years. To sit by its shore is to feel a profound connection to the Messiah who transformed the world from this very place. 6. The Pool of Siloam. For centuries, its exact location was debated. But in 2004, a discovery during a sewer line repair in Jerusalem stunned the world. This is the Pool of Siloam. These are the very steps leading down to the pool where, in John chapter 9, Jesus healed a man born blind. Jesus told him, "Go, wash in the Pool of Siloam." The man obeyed and came back seeing. This pool was a major gathering place, fed by the waters of Hezekiah's tunnel. Today, the excavation continues, but what has been revealed is one of the most significant archaeological finds of the 21st century, a direct link to a New Testament miracle. 7. Walls of Jericho. The walls came a-tumbling down. The story from the book of Joshua is one of the most iconic in the Old Testament. The Israelites, led by Joshua, march around the fortified city of Jericho for 7 days. On the 7th day, they shout, and the mighty walls collapse. Archaeology at Jericho is complex, with debates about dating. However, excavations have revealed evidence of a massive, ancient retaining wall at the base of the city mound, with a mud brick wall built on top of it. Evidence shows these mud brick walls collapsed and fell outward down the slope, creating a ramp for an invading army. It's a discovery that remarkably mirrors the biblical account. 8. Sodom and Gomorrah. The tale of Sodom and Gomorrah is a chilling account of divine judgment. 2 cities so consumed by sin that God destroyed them with fire and brimstone. For years, many considered it pure myth. But a site in Jordan called Tal el-Hammam, on the edge of the Dead Sea, presents a compelling case. Archaeologists have uncovered a prosperous Bronze Age city that was obliterated in an instant by a catastrophic, high-temperature event around 1650 BC. Evidence points to a massive aerial explosion, possibly a meteor, that was hotter than the sun's surface. It melted pottery, leveled buildings, and left the soil too salty for agriculture for centuries. The evidence on the ground uncannily matches the biblical description of a cataclysm from the sky. 9. Mount Sinai. On this hallowed ground, God descended in fire and smoke to meet one man and change the course of humanity. This is Mount Sinai, known in Arabic as Jabal Musa, or the Mountain of Moses. It was here, according to the book of Exodus, that Moses received the 10 Commandments, the moral foundation for both Judaism and Christianity. While its exact location is debated among scholars, this traditional site in the Sinai Peninsula has been a sacred place of pilgrimage for over 1,500 years. To climb its peak is to walk a path of reverence, contemplating the moment heaven gave earth its divine law. 10. Babylon. The mighty empire of Babylon. Its name represents power, pride, and eventual downfall. It was here that King Nebuchadnezzar ruled, and here that the prophet Daniel served in the king's court, interpreting dreams and surviving the lion's den. The ruins of this once great city lie in modern-day Iraq. While the famed Ishtar Gate now resides in a German museum, the foundations of the empire that conquered Jerusalem and took its people into exile remain. Walking through its dusty ruins, you can almost hear the echoes of Daniel's prophecies and the warnings against human pride. 12. Island of Patmos. Exiled for his faith, the elderly apostle John was sent to this remote and rocky island, Patmos. But in his isolation, God gave him the most extraordinary vision in the entire Bible. According to tradition, it was in this very cave, the cave of the Apocalypse, that John received the divine revelation of the end times, which he wrote down as the book of Revelation. Pilgrims come here to feel the weight of that prophecy in the quiet grotto where a vision of cosmic struggle and ultimate victory was born. 13. The Pool of Bethesda. For a long time, scholars doubted its existence. John chapter 5 describes a pool in Jerusalem near the Sheep Gate with 5 covered colonnades, called Bethesda. It was a place where the sick gathered, hoping for a miracle. It was here that Jesus healed a man who had been an invalid for 38 years. Then, in the 19th century, archaeologists excavating near the Church of St. and found it. The ruins of a pool with clear evidence of 5 colonnades, just as John described. Another piece of the Bible, once dismissed as allegory, was proven to be history.